welcome to Giulia's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you one of the most iconic Italian dishes, pizza. First, I'm going to show you how I make my own dough. These are the ingredients that I use for my dough. 500 grams of flour. I've used 250 of the semolina flour and 250 of the double O flour. I've picked this brand Caputo as it works absolutely brilliantly for both bread and pizza dough. 1 cube of fresh yeast, what in Italy we call lievito di birra. If you don't have any of these where you are, you can also use normal dry yeast, just like this one. If you use dry yeast, a quick tip, remember to put the date of when you open it on top of your tub, as the yeast doesn't work as well after 3 months that it's been open. 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 250 ml of water, and 30 ml of extra virgin olive oil. In terms of what you need, a nice big bowl like this one, a spoon, a rolling pin, and to knead the dough you can either use your bare hands, or in my case I'm going to use my Thermomix, which is my best friend in the kitchen, or you can also use your bread maker or any other kitchen utensils that will help you knead the dough. We start by putting the fresh yeast into the Thermomix. We then add the 250 ml of water, and we add the 1 teaspoon of sugar. We mix this through until the yeast and the sugar have dissolved. We then add the flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 30 ml of olive oil. And we knead everything through for 2 minutes. It's now time to take our dough out and put it in a big bowl for it to proof. The dough should be springy to the touch and should also be slightly firm, almost all compacted in a big bowl. Now go back to the bowl that you had at the beginning, add a drop of olive oil, and add just a teaspoon of flour. Scatter it around. There we go. And then get your dough out of the bread maker or of the Thermomix. I normally give it just a quick knead with my hands. Make sure you've cleaned your hands beforehand. And there we go. It's ready to proof. Cover your dough with some cling film and put it somewhere at room temperature to proof for about 2–2.5 hours. The dough should rise all the way up to the brim of your bowl. After a few hours of proofing, your dough should have risen to a nice airy consistency. Take your dough out of the bowl and put it on a clean surface. Scatter some flour on your surface and just knead the dough a little bit more. I'm now going to cut the dough in a couple of pieces, which will then be my pizzas. You can scatter some more flour in your bowl and put the dough ball that you're not using in here until you're ready. And you can use your cling film to just cover them up. Before you start rolling out your pizza dough, you want to turn on the oven and preheat at 200 degrees Celsius. So as soon as your pizza is ready, you can put it straight in there. Right, so we're gonna roll out our pizza dough. You can make it flip in the air. I'm not gonna do that, but if you're brave, you can definitely give that a go. I'm using some old pizza trays. Even if they're non-stick, I still put a couple of drops of olive oil, spread it about with my hand before I put the dough in, just to avoid it from sticking. We're gonna put our pizza dough in the pan. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly round, it will give it more of a rustic feel if it's not super perfect. It helps having all your favorite toppings ready, so once you have rolled out the pizza, you can pretty much just stick them on top, ready to be put into the oven. I've got a selection here. I'm going to start with a base of tomato sauce. I'm going to put some chopped mozzarella cheese, some ham. I've got a mix of veg and some würstel. I've got some artichokes and some mushrooms. And the most important ingredient, oregano. On top of your pizza, put some oregano and it will taste absolutely amazing. I'm topping the first pizza with some chopped tomatoes. Remember, you don't want to overload your pizza with too many toppings, as otherwise it will become soggy and it won't cook, especially in the middle here. At this point, it's up to you what you put on top. I'm going for some chopped mozzarella cheese. I'm going with some cooked ham, or prosciutto cotto as we call it in Italy. I've got some würstel that I've sliced earlier. Some peppers. Sprinkle some oregano on top. And now your pizza is ready to go into the oven. It should take between 5 and 10 minutes for your pizza to be ready. So let's just see if it's ready now. There it is, perfect. And there's your homemade pizza ready to be enjoyed. Buon appetito!